everybody. This is Maverick with BackStage360, and we are here with HALO Circus. Thank you for having us, guys.
Woo! I love that band.
You guys members?
Steadman.
Yeah.
Steadman.
Alrighty. Okay, so I guess let's not beat around the bush, and let's discuss your new album. What's going on with it?
Well,
You guys just about done?
you know, it took us 3 years for us to actually go. Oh, it's almost done. Like really, but for real this time.
Okay.
Yeah, we found Craig Bauer. He's an incredible mixer. He's worked with Kanye West, Ed Sheeran, Smashing Pumpkins. He's finally been able to capture who we are live and really bring it into the album, the concept album. You want to add to that?
Yeah, we finished recording. It's all recorded.
Yeah.
Half of it's mixed. It's being mixed over the next month or so. We're really excited about getting it out there. We have some announcements, some pretty exciting announcements coming up next year. For now, we're just really happy. We recorded the album twice. We finally got the album we love, and can't wait to get it to everybody. It's very, very different.
You have a set release date or anything like that?
Not at the
Quite
moment.
yet? Like early next year, you're thinking? Or?
For the album, I would say mid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And as for this event, you guys want to break it down for me on what you guys are trying to do here?
Say it loud.
I mean, the name speaks for itself. I think there aren't enough. I feel like there aren't enough people or events, songs, artists out there that are just open to saying what's really happening out, and either in the world or in the industry or even with themselves.
Who need to be heard?
And yeah, I think it's time we all need to be heard, and this just created itself, really.
Well, it's like you watch the news, and then you listen to the radio, and the dichotomy is painful.
Yeah.
You know, what's going on in the world today is very, very real, and people are experiencing all sorts of things that are new and terrifying, and there aren't many artists speaking about it. In the music industry, you know, it's suffered terrible losses in the last decade and doesn't have any money left, so it can't invest into new art, you know, so we aren't getting that reflection of the culture. We aren't getting anyone standing up and feeling things the way we're feeling them. You know, we aren't looking to save the world and write a bunch of protest songs, but I think all artists are a little tired that the music doesn't reflect what's actually happening and how people actually feel. There's only so much time in the day you can spend in a club, and I think that should be reflected in the amount of songs about clubs that we hear.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's in a sense, it's not only informing, but it's also bringing people together.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's what art should do.
Yeah. And it used to be like that, but
Right.
things happen. So.
Well, so social media happens.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's scary to talk to someone face to face these days because you're so used to
Yeah.
having the shield.
It becomes
Yeah.
desensitizing.
Right.
To a vast degree, especially with folks my age and all of that. It's just it's almost sad, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people my age have terrible social skills. I have terrible social skills because this is what I grew up in. So
Right.
I freak out if I'm alone with someone in an elevator because I don't know what the hell to do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's even worse when the music's not all that good.
Right. Damn elevators.
Hopefully that doesn't happen too often. No.
Right, no,
Okay.
it doesn't.
Good. Okay.
I think one of the other things we wanted to do with this event is, you know, we're a bilingual band,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a bilingual world. I think that should be reflected in the music as well. You know, there seems to be this giant gate. You know, the difference between having a band now and getting out there versus being on the radio and being exposed. There's this there's this like missing component where we aren't able to jump over that gate anymore or walk through that gate. And I think as artists, we just, if they aren't going to do it, we got to do it ourselves. And that's what Say It Loud is about. We have some amazing musicians playing with us tonight. I mean, it's amazing. We're headlining the Troubadour for the first time, which is huge. But we enlisted some unbelievable artists with massive histories in the music industry, just to like, not only to showcase how amazing they are and what they're up to, but also as a statement to, this can really happen. It can happen in every town, you know, it can happen in every market. It doesn't just have to be here.
Yeah, I mean, it could definitely blossom into something, especially if this, you know, goes, I guess, viral would be the appropriate term.
That's the word.
For lack of a better term.
Sure.
Speaking of which, is this the first time you guys have played here since 2013? Or
Yeah.
have you guys been here before?
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't let us back.
Right.
No, they loved us, but, you know,
Gotta draw.
gotta draw,
Takes time.
gotta have a following.
Right. And for your fans, how can we get a hold of you, or how can we follow you, or anything like that, like social media wise? You guys have Facebook or Instagram or anything like that? Or...
Yeah, pretty much all of it.
Everything.
Facebook, Instagram, we're on Twitter too.
You guys Reddit it all?
I do. We don't as a band, but I do.
Holy
You
shit.
guys don't? Yeah.
Now we know a secret.
Yeah.
Don't tell anyone.
We like
You'll never get
Facebook.
my username.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll find it. Don't worry about that.
Stedman 1.
Stedman won because Stedman was taken.
Yeah.
So, other than the event tonight, what is some other highlights that you guys have gone through this year?
The video. We released a really huge
Yeah, it was
video.
great, yeah.
It's like the first like major professional and expensive video HALO Circus has ever released.
Yeah, it looked great.
So that was great. And we had the help of a really huge ad agency, Rap, and Maz itself, who's this really huge video director. So that was huge. And we've had a lot of things happen this year. I mean, we've had a manager go to jail, and we've gone on a cruise. Wait, was that last year? That was last
Well,
year.
it counts though, because we were tied up in legal shit all year.
November.
So yeah, we did a Grammy cruise with Hart and Emmylou Harris. We did an amazing residency at Hotel Cafe, which is a beautiful venue in LA. That's kind of where our home base was for about a year. That's where our following really came from.
Did a lot of growing.
We did a lot of growing there. You know, we've had tremendous opportunities as a band. As I said, the leap over that gate, there's a lot of components. I mean, we legitimately just spent the last year dealing with legal stuff, and here we are. You know, we're back, we're ready, we're moving forward, and nothing can stop us.
Awesome. So, besides the album, for next year, what else do you guys have planned for 2016?
We can't really say, but we have a lot. I mean, pretty much, without saying too much, it's gonna be more FaceTime with our fans.
Yeah.
Like for sure. But yeah, I can't say any more. I wish I could, but we're definitely doing some really, really big things next year. Yeah.
And
It's finally gonna happen.
It's finally
you
gonna.
guys finally made it.
Yes.
So, how was it being on American Idol, if you don't mind me asking?
I do.
Brian?
Kidding. Brian, no, I'm kidding. No, it was great. I mean, I was 16. I don't remember. I really, honestly, don't remember a lot that happened. I loved everyone, and you know, shows like that, they make you realize they're built to kind of launch you to 10 and skip all the necessary steps you would have to take as an artist or as a band. And then so going through that and then being dropped, when I was dropped from Jive, and then starting a band from scratch, and then having to like really work for your audience to build a crowd and to really create a sound from scratch. I'm very grateful for the opportunity because it's made me realize that this, for me, is the most. This is the most myself I've ever been, and I've been growing through these guys, with these guys. So I've learned a lot about the music world and what it really takes, and what the things that people don't like talking about, and what people don't like to do. So I've learned a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean, the reason for me asking that is, does it make it any easier for you to like deal with big crowds or anything like that, or have you gotten used to like the media attention?
I think
for
so.
lack of a better term?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it definitely does help because that's all we do on the show. I mean, it's like you wake up and you have a camera shoved in your face, and then you're performing in front of all these crowds that love you. Now, the scary part about that is when you start a band from scratch, or when you introduce new music, people don't give a shit. Like, people really, it takes work to get them to go, oh my god! It takes work, yeah. Idol, they're like, I don't care. They announced your name on the top 24, so I'm gonna love you.
Yeah.
You know, they tell you who to love. And so, when you do something like this, I remember the first time we played here, it was a full house. And we were like, yeah, we got this. It's a full house.
And
first
they
time.
loved us.
And they loved us. And half of them were black musicians. So we were like, fuck, yeah, like they got us. We were good. And then we played the Whiskey to like 6 people the next week. And it was a real, you know, it really woke us up and made us
And they
realize.
didn't care.
Oh, they didn't care. So it's just really cool to see the difference. And again, yeah, it makes you really learn.
If you can win over an audience of 6 people at a club who's there to see someone else, that's real performance training. That's the real shit. That's why the old rock bands always said, you need to go play clubs for 3 years and then give me a call. Because connecting with an audience that has already agreed to like you in theory, and there's a ton of them, it's infectious.
Right.
It does half of the work for you. But winning over a few people who don't want to like you, and even, you know, American Idol has its own fans and it has its own haters. So we are an alternative rock band. So in the alternative rock world, most people hate American Idol. So she's been going up, she's had to win over people that don't want to like her.
Right.
And one of the reasons why this band is what it is because people like Veronica Bellino, who have had an extensive history in music.
Run DMC.
Yeah.
Kudos on that.
Well, we're the proof. We're just there because we've all done it, and we know what's good and what's not good, and what's real and what's not real. And she's real, and we're here, you know, for as long as it takes for people to figure that out.
I mean, and that's just great, just to hear that sort of sincerity just from everyone. 'Cause, I mean, you all have just such an extensive career, like musical career, and the people that you played with is just like I was doing research on you guys.
They've paid their dues. These guys,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, I couldn't be happier with the people I'm sitting next to.
Well, we thought if we came up with a band of musicians that people would go see, then we put her in front of it, like, how could that go wrong?
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm kind of kidding, but
Yeah.
you know.
How could that go?
How could that go wrong?
All right. So what kind of equipment do you guys use? I guess you guys want to do a line like.
Sure. Well, I play Yamaha drums, Soul Tone cymbals, Vic Firth drumsticks, Evans drumheads, and Porter and Davies, I guess soundless monitor, you could say. It's actually when you hit the kick drum, it like sends a little vibration on the seat on your drum throne, so I feel a little like kick in my butt. So I like kind of feel the drum instead of hearing it if I can't hear it well, so it kind of like resonates through like your whole body when you're playing. It's pretty awesome. What else? What else do I play? I think that's everything.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of stuff.
Are you allowed to leave your
Drummers have a
house
lot.
without like throwing businesses' names at
Yeah.
people?
You ask, I tell, right?
I use Fender guitars and Fender amps, Paul Reed Smith guitars, Elixir strings, which are great. You put them on and they just last forever. It seems like I hardly ever have to change my strings. They sound great. And wide assortment of effects pedals, Electro Harmonics, MXR, Ibanez, TC Electronics.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
And you're liking ESP guitars. these days,
ESPs, yes, stepping up.
too. They're stepping up their game.
Absolutely.
And yourself?
I play. I just started playing ESP basses, and I like Aguilar amps a lot. I'm kind of simple. Like right now, I have a P bass that a friend of mine gave me, so I like playing it for sentimental reasons. But as we start playing more and going out on the road, it needs to be a really consistent bass, and ESP's got an amazing new line out now. And I use like a fuzz pedal. That's pretty much the extent of it.
Short and sweet and simple.
Short and sweet. I'm easy. Wherever I can be loud.
And out of all of that, who are you guys sponsored by?
Well, Yamaha's
Yeah, pretty much
drums.
all the companies I mentioned that I play and sponsored by. But PB's a big supporter of the band right now.
Well, we're looking at ESP and Aguilar right now, so I think that's the future.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But tonight we have Yamaha drums, ESP guitars, Aguilar amps, Gypset magazine, and I think Lyft now is sponsoring.
Oh yeah, Lyft.
Take a
Yeah.
lift.
They're
Take a
offering
lift with Lyft.
free rides to and from a HALO Circus show on Lyft.
That's good. Well, it's that's a little bit better than Uber. Slightly, I think the Lyft is like the upper class.
Hey, I always go
It's
Lyft.
like the,
I always
it's like
go
the
Lyft.
upper class. Because I think there's
I don't
there's less violence with
Less violence. Well, that's what I look
Yeah.
for in a car service.
Well,
Yeah.
okay. Well,
Wow.
we can always go to New York.
Yeah. Well, in New York, you start with violence.
Yeah, exactly. So do you guys have any pre-rituals or anything like that, or vocal exercises, or any weird little things you like to do?
I don't wash my hands before I play.
You don't what? Wash your hands? Is that what you said?
I don't
That's a
wash
joke.
my
You
hands
shook my
before I
hand
play.
Ah.
No, but I do tie my shoelaces like right before I go on like retie them.
Double knot 'em?
Really?
No, I don't double knot them. I just tie them again right before I go on stage. It's a weird thing.
Oh.
Oh, we got a
I'm
time?
gonna let people in.
Oh. Well, you do a lot of vocal exercises.
Yeah, I just warm up a lot. Pace. What do you do?
I think of all the mistakes I made in rehearsal, and I try not to do them in my head, and then I pray a lot to whoever will listen.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The universe.
Just, yeah. I go down the list just in case I miss one.
I just do some stretches.
Stretch.
Yeah,
There's-
like power
loosen up.
squats. Power squats or anything?
Yeah,
Yeah. Just
all of
real
it.
quick. Gotcha.
All of it, right.
I just like to take an amp, just power squat real quick.
Exactly. That's all we
Alrighty,
do.
and I guess that is all the time we have.
Woohoo!
Let us thank you again, HALO
Thank
Circus.
you.
Backstage 360.
Yeah, this is Maverick at BackStage360 and signing out.
Well, thanks, guys.
Thank you.